Welcome everyone. This is the third lecture on the subject of Marketing Management Special Paper 3. We are discussing Unit 1, Advertising 1. Under that we are talking about fundamentals of advertising. Last lecture we have discussed about meaning of advertising, nature of advertising, and we also discussed about role of advertising in the modern business. In this lecture, we are going to talk about objectives of advertising, as well as we will also talk about various types of advertising. So let's begin with introduction to the objectives of advertising. As you all know, advertising plays a significant and important role for the producers, distributors, as well as the consumers. The purpose of advertising is nothing but to sell something, that is a product, a service, or an idea. The main objective of advertising is effective communication between the producers and consumers, which help to build the image of their product in front of the consumers. There are various objectives behind doing advertisement. We will see those objectives one by one. So the first objective is that to help in providing information. As you know, the basic objective of advertising is to provide detailed information to the prospective buyers in respect of their products or services through advertising. When advertisement is displayed or when advertisement is shown, that advertisement reminds the public about the existence of products in the market, and it is a continuous process of persuading the prospective customers, which then results in purchase of goods. So that is why the first basic objective is to provide information about the products to the consumers. The second objective is helps in changing the social attitude. Now here the social attitude is attitude of the consumers or people living in the society towards the product. So here attempts are made to change the social attitude by advertising in order to sell products that are never sold before. So it facilitates to create market attitude in public. It aims to induce the public to purchase advertised products as against competing products. The third objective helps in convincing the customers for direct purchase. As you know, every advertisement tries to make sure that after seeing or after reading that advertise, the consumer or the customer should purchase that product. We are also aware about mail order business that are made popular by advertising. Under this arrangement, the buyer gets goods through the post office. No personal contact is made between the buyers and the seller. That is why it is expected that through advertisement the customer will place direct purchase order. The fourth objective is helps in creating a new platform for a product. When a new product is launched in the market, it needs to be introduced to the customers. As potential customers have never used such product earlier, and thus through advertisement one tries to create a ground for a new product. The fifth objective is helps in creation of demand. The main objective of the advertisement is to create a favorable climate for improving sales. Customers are to be reminded about the product and the brand. It may induce new customers to buy the product by informing them its qualities, since it is possible that some of the customers may change their brand. This creates demand for the product through advertisement. So these are the first 5 objectives of the advertising. Next, number 6, helps in facing the competition. As you know, this is a competitive market and we have various alternatives available when we are looking to buy a product. Another important objective is that it is, as I said, the business has to face various competition, and under competitive conditions advertisements helps to build a brand image and brand loyalty. When customers develop a brand loyalty, it becomes difficult for the middlemen to change it. Number 7, helps in creating or enhancing goodwill. Large scale advertising is often undertaken with the objective of creating or enhancing the goodwill of the product and company. This in turn increases the market receptiveness of the company's products and helps the salesman to win the customers easily. Next is helps in informing the changes to the customers. It is through advertisement that whenever changes are made in the prices, in the channel of distribution, or in the product by way of any improvement in quality, size, weight, brand, packing, etc., they must be informed to the public by the producer through advertisement. Next is it helps in barring new entrants. From the advertiser's point of view, a strongly built image through long advertisement helps to keep new entrants away. New entrants means new manufacturer or new seller who want to sell a similar product. The advertisement builds up a certain monopoly for the product in which new entrants find it difficult to enter. The last objective is to sustain demand for a product. As you know, creating demand is a one thing, but once demand is created, the most important thing is that sustaining or maintaining that demand for the product. Because after one purchase, the customer might shift to another product. So as a seller, if you don't want to lose your customer, you have to sustain the demand of the customer for the product, and that can be done only through advertising. So in short, we can say that advertising aims at benefiting the producer, educating the consumer, and supplementing the salesman. So we can say that it is a link between the producer and the consumer. Therefore, it can be concluded that the various objectives of advertising are providing information, changing the social attitude, creating a new platform for a product, creating demand, facing the competition, creating goodwill, informing the changes to the customers, and bearing new entrants into the market. So here we have considered all these 10 points as a part of objectives of advertising. Next we will see types of advertising. Let's see the first introductory paragraph for the types of advertising. Advertising is the promotion of a company's products and services through different media to increase the sale of the products and services. It works by making the customer aware of the product and by focusing on customers' needs to buy the product. Globally, advertising has become an essential part of the corporate world. Therefore, companies allot a huge part of their revenues to the advertising budget. Advertising also serves to build a brand of the product, which goes a long way to make effective sales. There are several types or several branches of advertising which can be used by the companies. On the next slide, we will see various types of advertising. So first is print advertising. You can see under print advertising, two basic medias are included. which are newspapers and magazines. The print media has been used for advertising since a long time. As I said, newspaper and magazines are two of the most popular modes of advertising for different companies all over the world. Using the print media, the companies can also promote their products through brochures and fillers. The newspapers and magazines sell the advertising space, and the cost depends on several factors. The quality of space, the page of the publication, and the type of paper decide the cost of the advertisement. Similarly, advertisement in the glossy supplement of the paper would be more expensive than the lower quality of the paper. So this is the first type of advertisement, that is advertisement through print medias. Second is broadcast advertising. As you can see, broadcast advertising includes mediums such as television, radio, and internet advertising. This type of advertising is very popular all around the world. It consists of television, radio, or internet advertising. The ads on the television have a large audience and are very popular. The cost of the advertisement depends on the length of the advertise and the time at which the advertise would be appearing. For example, the prime time ads would be more costly than the regular ones. Radio advertising is not what it used to be after the advent of television and internet, but still there is a specific audience for the radio advertisements also. Today most of the crowd spend their time on internet, so internet advertising has become popular in this medium also. Next, number 3 is outdoor advertising. Under outdoor advertising, you can see we have mentioned trade fairs, exhibitions, boards or hoardings. Here in this particular type of advertisement, the boards or hoardings are displayed all around the city, and they are specifically placed at a popular location where more and more people throughout the day they come and go by from that place, so that more people see those particular advertisement. It is called as outdoor advertising because whenever we are out of our home, we see these advertisements on the roads or in a particular place. Similarly, as we have mentioned about trade fairs and exhibition, it is one of the way of promoting the product and services, where trade fairs and exhibitions are conducted, they are organized, and people from that city, from that place, they visit that exhibition where they can see variety of products. So that is third type of advertising, outdoor advertising. Number 4 is covert advertising. Covert advertising basically means showing your products in movies or TV serial, that is through again television. This is a unique way of advertising in which the product or the message is included in a movie or a TV serial. There is no actual advertisement, just the mention of the product in the movie or a serial. So here the advertisement is not directly shown. You may just see the product in the hand of that actor or in the background. Number 5 is public service advertising, that is advertising for public cause. As evident from the title itself, such advertising is for the public causes. There are a host of important matters such as AIDS, political integrity, energy conservation, illiteracy, poverty, and so on, all of which need more awareness as far as general public is concerned. This type of advertising has gained much importance in recent times as it is an effective tool to convey the message. Number 6 is product advertising. This type of advertising tries to sell a product. It may be aimed at the end user or at potential representativeness and distributors. Product advertising may be further classified as pioneering, competitive, and reminder advertising. Let's talk about pioneering advertising first. This type of advertising tries to develop primary demand, that is, demand for a product category rather than a specific brand. It is needed in the early stage of adoption process to inform potential customers about a new product. The first company to introduce a new technology to its industry doesn't have to worry about a competitive product since they alone have the technology. They have to sell the industry on the advantage of the new technology itself. Pioneering advertising is usually done in the early stages of the product life cycle by the company which introduces an innovation. Second is competitive advertising. It tries to develop selective demand for a specific manufacturer's product rather than the product category. An innovating company is usually forced into competitive advertising as a product life cycle moves ahead. After pioneering technology is accepted and most manufacturers are supplying competing products, the innovator is forced to sell the advantages of this specific design over that of the competition. So the basic difference between pioneering and competitive is that pioneering is done in the early stage of the product where no specific brand is promoted but the type of product or category of product is promoted. But when competition increases, then you have to promote specific brand, not the category of the product. Third one is reminder advertising. It tries to keep the product's name before the public. It is useful when the product has achieved market domination. Here, advertiser may use soft sell ads that just mention or show the name as a reminder. From the title itself, we can understand that the purpose of this advertisement is to keep reminding the customer that the product is still available in the market. The last type of advertising is institutional advertising. This type of advertising tries to develop goodwill for a company rather than to sell a specific product. Its objective is to improve the advertiser's image, reputation, and relations with the various groups the company deals with. This includes not only end users and distributors but also suppliers, shareholders, employees, and the general public. Institutional advertising focuses on the name and prestige of a company. Institutional advertising is sometimes used by large companies with several divisions to link the divisions in customers' minds. It is also used to link a company's other products to the reputation of a market leading product. All these are the basic 7 types of advertising, and therefore it can be concluded that advertising can be classified into various above mentioned types. The companies or organizations select the type of advertising based on the type of their products or services. Also on the basis of type of target customers, type of business, etc. So here you must have understood all these 7 types of the advertising. Thank you.